I know we've talked before about different stadiums playing different ways. And this is a stadium where like the wind notoriously kind of bounces. So how do you prepare a rookie kicker for that? I know Sam's been around a long time. He's probably got a notebook of things how to do it. But like when you're taking Ryan in there for the first time, like obviously you don't want him to get in his head. So how do you kind of prepare him for what it's going to do in a place like that?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Sam played at Detroit, so he had a road game there every year. JJ's first team was the Packers, so he actually has home experience there thousands of years ago. Ryan's going to get a feel for it. We'll walk outside kind of the day before a little bit, so he'll know what the general conditions are, and then we'll go kick in the stadium. I mean, we get a whole hour to kick in the stadium before the game, so there's nothing like that for conditions on that day. But yeah, it's his first time there. It'll be his family's first time there, all that stuff. They're excited about the experience.
JJ was saying yesterday too that like you have little tips and tricks that you take with you for every stadium. Like what are some of obviously you don't want to give away everything, but like what are some of the markers you look for when you walk into a stadium to kind of figure out, okay, this is what we're dealing with today?
Lambeau Field, you always remember to bring a jacket. So it's one of those is a helpful tip for anyone attending the game there. You check the flags, that kind of stuff, see what the weather's doing that day. You can be at a stadium, including our stadium, 2 days in a row, and it's a different place. So you kind of have to play it by ear and keep it going.
Cool, thank you.
Sure.
Joe Person.
Hey, Tracy, good morning.
Hey, Joe.
Could you take us through that kind of rushed field goal attempt that that Ryan had to try Sunday?
Sure. It's a pretty rare situation. Average kicker's career, they get 0 of those kind of thing. That's 17 years for me. We never had one in the NFL. You have to be prepared because all the circumstances have to align for that. It has to be 3rd down, going to 4th down. It has to be in field goal range, and it has to be no timeouts for the offense and a running clock, all that stuff. So knowing that there were 17 seconds on the clock before the previous offensive play right there, we knew it was a possibility that we'd go out there. So we had the 2 guys, the specialists, of course, but also the 2 field goal players alerted on the sideline that, hey, if the clock's running, we got to run. The guys in the field are alerted in the same way, so they basically exchange spots. It's 5 for 5 kind of sub, and then you try to get it done. We snap that ball right in the tick between 1 and 0, and unfortunately couldn't make the kick. It's kind of a harried situation for everybody involved, the officials included, trying to get the ball spotted and make sure everything's clear. Unfortunately, we didn't get the one part of the execution done, but really, really nice job by the offensive players getting all the way off the field and the field goal team getting set up to have a chance.
You mentioned the officials. JJ was having conversation with them after that play. What point was he making?
Wanted to make sure that they counted everybody on the field, that the field was cleared. You can look at that. The replay official can look at that. So we're just getting confirmation that everything was legal and above board. We kicked, as you do in those situations, we kicked a quarterback ball. But so that was fine. It was just making sure that everything was fine before we went inside. Because if something's wrong, in that case, you get a defensive penalty, then you have to stay out on the field for another untimed down. So we're just making sure we were clear before we went inside.
And in that case, of course, you sub out. You're able to sub out the ball if you get that penalty.
Oh yeah. If you're to come back out there, then it's a full special teams play, and you have time to reset a new play clock and the whole thing.
Thanks.
Sure.
Any other questions for Coach? Jeff Hawkins.
Hey, good morning, Coach.
Hey, Jeff.
I just have more of a national question. Who and when will the first 70-yard field goal be hit?
Preseason 2025, Jacksonville Jaguars, Cam Little, I think would be best shot at it. In a regular season game, who knows? It's situational. The chances get less outdoors as the weather changes throughout the year. So now you're almost already, depending on the wind, down to indoor attempts only for a field goal that long. You're still running a pretty big risk of giving the other team, putting them in scoring opportunity unless you're ending the half on that particular kick.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
Mike Kay.
Hey, Tracy.
Hey,
Good
Mike.
morning.
Good morning.
Wanted to ask you, because I often do, what's the dynamic between the specialists with Ryan being the young guy and Sam and JJ being the elder statesman from a I guess I'll throw out a hypothetical. So he missed an extra point this week. When the operation doesn't work or there's a mishap, how are the older guys kind of dealing with the younger kicker who hasn't maybe been through necessarily all the rigors of the NFL?
Well, any of us can have a bad play. Ryan, JJ, Sam, etc. Myself, the whole thing. So those guys kind of lean on the backbone of their relationship. They spend the most time together of any three people in this building because their schedule matches, and they don't have to go learn how to sack the quarterback or throw a pass. So they have extra time to just kind of grow as friends. So they check in with each other. If Sam has a punt that he's not happy with, the guys go check in with Sam, make sure he's all right, and hey, let's talk about the next one. Ryan's stuff is somewhat unique, especially if you miss an extra point, because he has the next play also. Both JJ and Sam, if they have a play that's off, they have recovery time to deal with that. Ryan has the extra point, and then he's got to go kick off. So he talks to nobody besides me and possibly Danny O'Toole giving him the tee in between those two plays. He's just got to go back to business. And then afterwards, there's a little debrief. Hey, how was the hold? Were we okay? Where was the spot? What did we think? What can we do next time? It's kind of when you're in the midst of a game, it's next kick, and then what can we adjust from what we just did? Hey, if we're going this direction, we need to, I hit it where I aimed. I was a little off, whatever the circumstances are. But those guys, we had a meeting this morning, and then they have until practice time to where they're kind of getting used to each other all this time, so they know how to deal with them just as friends and people.
Thanks.
Sure.
Any other questions for Coach?
Tracy, as an amateur meteorologist, does it bum you out that it's supposed to be mild in Green Bay this weekend?
No, it's the most exciting thing possible. If they could have built a dome this week, I'd take it, kind of thing. Playing in somebody else's weather is always a challenge because they get to practice in it on the lead up and you don't, generally speaking. So as you know, I'm always on the possibilities of that, but we had a playoff game there with San Francisco where it was in the single digits. And, playoff games are kind of wild in the pregame, and it was just the 10 of us for the kicker warm-up. Our 5, 2 coaches and 3 specialists, and their 5, and everybody else was inside until they actually had to be outdoors. So I've been through some ugly days there. And at Cleveland, we had a preseason game there where it was unseasonably hot. They can get both climates there, so you're just kind of on alert for whatever that week is.